Hello, my fair weather horoscope friends. How are you? This is Tracy Brown Live, coming to you today to do your May horoscopes. We're doing the horoscopes a little different lately, and so I hope you just put up with the world's new normal and my new normal, because I just don't know where I'm going to land. And because I don't know where I'm going to land, I'm going to try something different. And I will continue trying something different until my new normal feels and fits in with the new normal that we're all experiencing, right? So before we get started, one of the new normals that I am beginning is going over to Roku. So you can follow me there. I just want to give you all time to get your Roku sticks and or your Fire sticks. So if you have a Fire stick, you're fine. You can invest in a Roku stick, or you can invest in a Fire stick, and you will be able to tap in to my new channel. But still, if you want your own personal reading, go to tracybrownlive.com, press tapped in, and you will be able to get my text for a reading or email for a reading. So continue to reach out to me for readings. We're going to start with my version of the new normal for May. And we're going to ask Spirit to tell us something good. What does each sign need to know? Tell me something good out of Corona. All right? So with that being said, this is going to be Aries. This deck is Aries. This deck will be Leos. And then this deck will be Sagittarius. This will be the new normal for the fire signs. So let's get started. Let's begin, Aries. I do want to let you all know that Magnolia Empress has done Aries because you guys didn't quite get to celebrate your birthdays like you want to, the fire signs and the feistiness that comes up. You guys didn't get to celebrate and hoop it up and holler, and we are all feeling it for you because we know with all that fiery energy, like your birthdays are everything. And I'm saddened that Aries, that begins the astrology year, for the most part is in lockdown or shelter in place, for the most part. Not every, state in America, not every country, but pretty much Aries is suffering throughout the world. So I feel for you. So happy birthday, Aries. All right, so that's why I'm starting with you first, because you deserve a reading. That's good, I would think. But also check out Magnolia Empress on YouTube. All right. All right, Father God, tell me, what's around Aries? What's around Aries for the month of May? But, Father God, tell me something good. Tell me something good for Aries. 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 first thing I'm getting is Judgment. The phoenix rising from the ashes. A point of coming out of some misery, coming out of some twisted fate that didn't belong to you. It's not even like you're fighting to get out. It's like, I'm released. I'm free. I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm a part of something bigger. I'm finally happy. And of course you want to worry about money, you do. But from what I'm getting here, there are many Aries that might have saved for a rainy day, which I'm proud of. But I think this might have a lot to do with spirituality and developing your spirituality for the greater good. And maybe some of you will begin to talk to animals, deal with animals, maybe change your career over to something that you've always loved, but you thought that people thought that it would be silly or something like that. It's almost like you no longer care about money. It's like you care more about what I've always wanted to do. And that could be anything. It also steps into some form of new spirituality. Whatever you're planning to do, Aries, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Whatever it is. I think you've spent enough time worrying what people think about you, even though you act like you don't, but you do. Because whatever you're going to venture into will bring so much prosperity, so much money, so much recognition, so much happiness. Like the growth that you're going to feel internally can't be measured. All right? There's also someone, maybe a male figure or female figure. I forgot these cards are different. Male or female water sign person that is going to like get inside your emotions to get you like going. Like they're not gonna let you stay stuck anywhere. That's not their game. And so they're gonna see that you're gonna want something different and something better out of life, and they're gonna walk you through it. They're gonna get inside and they're gonna be like, wow, you know, you could do this, you could do that, so just don't be afraid. By the way, I'm getting that this person could be past or present. So expect something to come through your dreams for a water sign man or woman. It is something familiar. It is something familiar that you wanted to do. It could be nursing. It could be dancing. It's something from way back, from something from your childhood where you were like, oh, I was thinking about doing this, and then I got married. You know what I mean? Like something way back. Pick it up again. The universe wants you to do, you know, whatever it is that finally feels good to you. There's been some broken hearts here. Maybe quite a few broken hearts that also may have stopped you from flourishing in a direction that I think is absolutely necessary now. Spirit does not want you to hang on to the pain. The pain of any past is not what Spirit asks of you. Especially if you're holding on to any past to anyone that has passed on. Alright? One thing I can tell you about Spirit is that in no way do they want you to mourn them for too long. So this actually could be someone from the past, or it could be some previous love interest, you know, divorces, separations. Also could be child loss. All right. Um, but it's you're like their spirit is asking you to like one, they're asking you to live. That's the first thing. And the second thing that they're asking you to do is kind of release the pain because they need you for something so much more, but the pain stops you from venturing out and doing something amazing or familiar or, you know, taking from the crumbled ashes and something emerges bigger, better, greater. Definitely a defined loss, a defined loss. I'm getting, for most Aries, it might be a defined loss of a person or an animal, like very defined. I'm not quite 100% confident this is over love, but I have to include love just in case the love is so permanent. It's so permanent that it feels like, wow, it feels like a death. And that is totally possible for many Aries. But interesting enough, I love this card. I just discovered this in a reading the other day. This person looks like they have on a mask and they are bound to good and evil, right? I think what's interesting though, you know, when I look at these cards, it's so weird to me. I think this card reminds me of the Death card, but it's not the Death card. It's actually the Hierophant, which is order, structure, law, political organizations, educational organizations, libraries, anything that's had a massive banks, massive structure in our society and has stuck around for centuries, right? But I just think it's interesting how this being here is wearing a mask, which reminds me of COVID. And then we have, these are the peoples, right? And so the peoples are bowing down to the COVID. And he also looks like potentially he's holding a Bible in one hand. In the other hand, he's holding a whip. And then when you look at this card, it kind of represents bad, meaning the red is bad, because that's how we put it in our minds. But interesting enough, the green is good or less bad. Because what's good is spirituality, right? So this is spirit. But I think it's interesting that the spirit in this deck is holding up a book, presumably the Bible or the Torah or any religious, written instruction. But in the other hand, it's also holding up a whip. That trust, good will use. And it kind of falls in line with, like God. Like, wear the mask, you have rules and regulations to follow. If you don't, there are consequences, which is the whip. But interesting enough, okay, why did this? Well, what did I do wrong? This is this. This is this. And this is this. And this is this. And I gotta pull one more. Sometimes you can screw up just a little bit and it's okay. Screwing up is okay. I'm going to show the bottom card, which is the Empress this time. Alright? I wish I could set it up. I threw some things out that allows me to hold the deck up. In any case, moving forward, how do we juggle the good and evil in us? Because the thing that's interesting about the evil knows it's evil. The good is holding the moon behind its back. So, The good is good until it doesn't need to be good. Interesting, huh? The good is good, but if nobody checks the good, how do you know the good is good? Aries. So I think this is going to be about self-awareness, Aries. Self-awareness. How do I check myself? Am I checking myself? Where am I in all of this? In the good and the evil. And if I'm good, am I? Really? Moving forward, it is going to be a juggle. Juggling to balance the good in you and the not so good in you. But it's more inside your head. So I don't want you to think that you're actually thinking about robbing the bank. And then you say, well, maybe I shouldn't rob the bank. Like, it's not any of that. It's more like, I care about myself. And so when I throw my gloves away, I'm just going to throw it down on the ground because that's all I care about. Me. When it's like, yeah, but when you throw your gloves down on the ground, then we're littering, and now we've got all these gloves on the ground. And so could you be a little better about your higher consciousness? Not that I'm blaming Aries for all the gloves being thrown on the ground. I'm just trying to tell you the difference between good and evil and people believing that they're good. But are they, Aries? Are you? Alright? There's going to be a lot of contemplation. If you have not taken the time during the COVID, which by the way is lining up with the guy with the face mask, to deal with you, and to get quiet and to find some solace and, you know, like a hermit that goes to the mountain and just eats like worms off the ground. Like, if you don't do that during the COVID, like, do you really get to find yourself, your higher self? Like, could you take this time in being bored to rediscover yourself? Listen, I know many people are rediscovering themselves. I get that. And I'm so happy to get those visuals, those YouTube videos, you know, Periscope videos where people are like, well, I've always wanted to cook, so now I'm just going to cook. And I'm going to put it on TV. Or I always wanted to TikTok, so now I'm just going to TikTok with my kids. I love those things. But who's the Aries that is still stuck? And if you find yourself stuck, take the time to let the corona teach you. Take the time to be quiet, not bored. And let the corona teach you. Get enlightenment, get nirvana, get there. Because the thing that's going to be most important is everyone has to get there. We all have to get there. It's not a question anymore, it's a demand. And Aries, you are too fabulous not to get there first. I get the Three of Wands, so your ships are going to come in after some quietude. Your ships are going to come in, and they're going to come in with Spirit bringing you gifts after gifts after gifts. You're going to be really surprised at how blessed you will be when we get to come out of this shelter in place or lockdown, depending where you are in the world. But it's going to be more because you change, your outlook changed, your life has changed. Be careful, Aries, of wanting to change, changing, and then fighting someone that doesn't want you to change. Be careful that someone doesn't want you to reach nirvana, your highest consciousness. Be careful of someone that picks at you, makes fun of you, calls you out your face. Especially someone close, like a partner, husband, or a wife. Because then that relationship is also something that needs to change. Because God does not want to lose you. God needs you, Aries. So be careful when someone sees the change and is like, listen to what people have to say. I'm a big fan of letting people call me out my name. One, it lets me see how they see me. Two, it reminds me that maybe I do need a little bit more work. And three, I will never speak with them again once I learn what they are trying to tell me in the nastiest way possible. I will be done, but I will be forever changed and better for others. Be kind out there, Aries. Take no shit. Alright, I hope you like that. I'm going to have that. Please remember, TracyBrownLife.com. Press tapped in. You will find all the information you need for your own personal reading. Please reach out to me. Get your Roku. Get your Fire Stick. Thanks, Aries. Welcome, Leo. This is Tracy Brown coming to you today to do your May 2020 horoscopes. I'm doing it a little different. We're in a new normal. I'm in a new normal. And I'm doing new normal horoscopes. The horoscopes are going to be, tell me something good, Spirit. All right? So, for your own personal reading, please go to TracyBrownLive.com and press tapped in. And there you will find a place to text me or email me for your own personal reading. However, I also need you to invest in a Fire Stick and or a Roku stick, because I am going over to Roku. So come join me. Tell me something good, Spirit. What can you tell Leos for the month of May? The first thing I'm getting from my Leos is the Magician. Leos, you wave that finger, you can have anything you want. 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 You wave that finger, you can have it. You have the power to get what you want, Leo. Nothing will be held back from you. It is about a spiritual authority, though. Remember that. We're asking Spirit, tell me something good during a period of lockdown. shelter in place, right? You can have what you want from a spiritual aspect. It will be given. I'm not even saying be careful what you wish for yet. I'm looking at this card. Maybe I should say it. You could have what you want. Will it? What you want, you can have. You just have to think it and then do the work. You will get everything that you want. Be careful of being tied and bound. That makes sense now. During the corona. Be careful that your mind is not advancing during corona. I just discovered the same thing, very similar with Aries. Being sheltered in place and locked down is not a fire thing. It's not what we do best. We need to be around people, right? However, take advantage of why corona is here. Look at it. Face it. Be about it. You're in lockdown all over the world. Ask yourself, what's the purpose of this? Just for you. We know there's an illness out there. What's the purpose for you? That when you get to emerge, are you going to be so tightly wound? Or are you going to free yourself from your own personal ugly? Because there's definitely some new beginnings here, Leo. There's a new start, a new beginning. It has fire elements in it. You dream it, you get to have it. I'm back to the first card, which is the Magician. It's all new. It's all good. The Seven of Pentacles tells me you've got to plant some seeds. That means if you want to go back to school, you got to pick up the phone. You got to go online. You got to search. But I'm telling you, whatever it is you want to do in this new normal, with everything changing, nothing's never going to be the same. The thing that you thought was gone is now available. Maybe you wanted to be a nurse when you were in your 20s and now you're 60. Be a nurse. It's available. They're going to need nurses. Whatever this change is going to make you so happy. There's going to be a fire sign male or a fire sign woman that is going to help you achieve any goal. You want to be a YouTuber? Do it. You want to be an Instagrammer? Do it. You want to be a singer? Now's the time. Do it. You want that lover? You want romance? It's during the coming out of corona where you're going to see so many people so grateful to have survived this that they are going to be looking for their lovers. I know this might be a period of confusion where, especially with Leos, will be like this. And we could do this for weeks, by the way, Leos. And you might be saying, I want to do so many things though, Tracy. It's not just one thing. Like, I hear you, but I think I want to do this, and I think I want to do that. And it just makes me not do anything. I would say the Seven of Cups is one of those cards that's like, if there's too many options, don't touch it. I want to divorce my husband. This card shows up, don't touch it. When you end the corona shelter in place or lockdown, depending where you are across the world, you're coming out of this obviously changed. Obviously changed. You're going to be like, I know what I need to do now, and I'm just going to do it. got the Page of Swords. I think you're going to dwindle down to two options. I don't think this is something that's going to continue on forever. I think you're going to dwindle down to two options. I think you're going to be okay. I promise you. I think you're going to be okay. And whatever this is in terms of, again, I'm expanding my horizon. You know, do I want to relocate? Do I want to reconnect with family? Like, for some reason, Leos are like, there's so many things I need to do now that I could breathe again. Now that I see life. Like, I really want to get out there and just, like, leave nothing on the table, right? I think that that is great, but I also think that what might be most important is to stop and consider the most important thing. What is the most important thing? And maybe dwindle it down to 3 things that's important to you. Then take the most important, go forward, see what that looks like. The thing I'm getting with Leos is that it's 3 different things in directions that aren't connecting. The dots don't connect. And I would say to you, Leo, don't let it connect. Don't make the dots connect. It's okay if it's 3 different, entirely different things. It's okay. All right? Because the 7 of Wands tells me you are going to do wonderful with any of the choices. Any of these 7 choices. You're going to do wonderful. Let no one stop you. Especially for those Leos that want to enter into the spiritual world, let no one stop you. Is it going to be silly if you begin to take up yoga and teach a yoga class? Maybe. Let no one stop you. Reiki? I was just thinking maybe I could learn Reiki. Yeah, do it. Let no one stop you. These are wands and maybe people trying to stop you. Sometimes it could be spirit trying to stop you too. All right? Let no one stop you. Make sure spirit stays here in your wants, wishes, and desires and let it out. As opposed to spirit preventing you from doing the things that you want. So, Leo, what good can come out of Corona for you? Doing what you want. Just doing what you want, Leo. Just venture. Just try something different. All right? Don't forget to email me for your own personal reading, tracybrownlive.com. Press tapped in, and there you will find all the information you need to begin your personal reading. Don't forget your Roku. Don't forget your fire sticks. Come over to the Roku channel with me, where you will be tapped in. Thanks, Leos. Sagittarians, this is Tracy Brown coming to you today to do your new normal May reading. How are you all today? The reason why I'm doing your new normal May reading is because we are in a new normal. And no longer can we deny that something shifted and changed. So, if you're in a new normal and I'm in a new normal, I'm going to switch up the readings in a new normal kind of way until I'm comfortable. So, this is the way I'm doing it right now. And Let me know what you think. If you would like your own personal reading, please email me at tracybrownlive.com. Press tap in, and there you will find the information, text and email, to get your own personal reading. Also, get your Roku sticks and your fire sticks, because I am going over to Roku, and I'd like for you to join me. I'm giving you time to get your sticks. All right, guys, let's see what's here for Sagittarius. The reading for Sagittarian and all the other fire signs has been, show me something good, Spirit. Show me something good. What does Corona want to tell you that is good? Okay, Sagittarius, there is a love issue that is seemingly abrasive, tied and bound, aggressive, a little blindsided half the times. You don't know if you're the one that's crazy, or are you being told that you're crazy, or you just might just feel very, very stuck here. I think you're stuck, Sagittarian, which is odd for a Sagittarian. However, we're talking about spirit, and spirit digs a little deeper. So Sagittarius, you might be showing people that you are happy-go-lucky, but spirit sees something else, right? And so with that being said, it has something to do with relationships, all right? It also could be family, not just coupled off. It also could be family. It could be living with family and feeling this way as well. And maybe for some Sagittarians, getting to a point where you have decided that when you are free from this lockdown or from this shelter in place, and your job is secure, you have decided that you will break free from any environment that keeps you feeling inadequate, tied and bound, depressed, fearful. All right? Why am I getting that this also could be family members, not just relationship issues, but family members that is trying to keep you from like being grown or stepping out in the world, or making you think that even under religious circumstances you can't step out and be an independent or have your own apartment. Remember, I'm talking to people to all over the world. This is a new normal. The ones that make it out of this, rules like that, don't let anyone do that to you anymore. Break free from any situation that is like under the pretense of love. I love you so much, my daughter. You cannot leave the house. It's okay to turn the wheels around, and you will turn it around to your advantage. You will be happy. There will be a man, oh, no, this one is different. These cards are different. There will be a man that will facilitate this, even if it means your boss, a job, or someone that is like, I'll give you the money to move out. I really think it's about finding yourself, but in Sagittarius, it's like finding yourself in a new physical environment. All right? Remember, Sagittarians, you all like to explain things because you're fabulous. Stop it. Like, something's wrong inside your house. And if you are ready to shift that energy, because the energy already shifted. Remember that. Your energy shifted. My energy shifted. We're in the twilight zone. Nothing gets to stay the same. That means you get to act differently too. And if you want to leave and be an independent, whatever that looks like, I don't know what that looks like. It could be intimate relationship. It could be parental relationships. It could be sister and sister who's depending upon your income, but you're the sole provider. If you're done, I would say, Sagittarian, be done. And I'm not asking you to do it in a mean way, but I think if you're done, it looks mean to the other person. And I don't know if you can prevent that. You're confused right now because you're thinking about it while you're in shelter, in place. You're thinking about it. You're like, I can't. I just can't. I can't. What do I do? How do I do it? What do I offer up? What do I say? Make a plan and execute it. Do you understand? Just make a plan. Because it's not until you make a plan and execute it is when you find true love. Real love. Emotionally responsible love. But only because you found the love in you. And that's what Spirit wants. Spirit wants you to find the love in you. It's going to be stressful, I promise you. It will be. But there's another man here. I think this man you're going to leave behind. This man is the one that's going to facilitate how you get to your independent self. This means independence. I pulled too many cards for you, Sagittarius, and the final outcome is the Tower. But I have to say the Tower for you is not bad. The Tower for you, Sagittarius, is your pretense self. It's the self that lies. And you can't lie to Spirit. And when you finally admit that you're not being truthful with yourself, I think that's when the Tower shows up. Because that's when you're like, my God, I wasted so much time. I don't believe you wasted time. I think that's the way you're going to respond once you really look at everything that's going down. I think the Tower comes upon you. I don't want you to be shocked about it because Spirit is saying, you do it first. Take care of yourself. Eradicate anything that doesn't fit your highest quality. And it's okay. Believe in yourself. It's no need for this to happen to you. But I also believe in making that decision is when the Tower comes, where you have to face reality. Not the feisty fantasy Sagittarius that can sell anything. You can't sell any of this anymore. Spirit only wants you to be honest. That's all Spirit wants. And when you have to deal with reality and honesty, that's when everything falls apart. But the good part is that it falls apart for your greater good. And that's what I need you to trust with Spirit. All right? It's a lot to take on here. And there's a big struggle going on here. But Sagittarian, you can do it. You can. You could do it. I believe in you. You can foster in this change. I believe in you. All right, Sagittarian. Let's end this in a little bit of prayer, because I love prayer. We're going to end this for all the fire signs. Thank you, God. Thank you, Father God. for allowing the corona to invade our lives. What is it that you're trying to tell us, Father God? What do you want us to do with ourselves individually? We're trying to figure it out, God. Be patient with us. We want to get there. We want to get there with you. Please allow us to reach our spiritual highest quality. Please help us to understand that what you're asking more than anything is for us to love ourselves and then to love one another. And we're getting there. We see the examples and we want to be a part of the examples that we see on TV. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you, God. Whew, that was a lot. All right. Bye, guys. Love you, fire signs.